Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard. This is the BMW X5, and these headlights literally have high beams that are lasers. Let's take a closer look. This is the X5. It's the latest version of one of the very best-selling luxury utility vehicles on the planet. And today, 20 years after the launch of the original, it shows us that BMW is stopping at virtually nothing to maintain their alpha dog status in this fiercely competitive segment. And of course it's got room for you and your family and their things in a big cargo hold with a motorized tailgate, adult-friendly rear seating, all-wheel drive, and all the rest. And of course it's loaded to the nines with the latest and greatest features designed by BMW's best and brightest. So on the surface, it's not unlike almost anything that you might cross-shop it against. But look deeper and you see where BMW is going with this machine. Keyword going, as in maybe into the future. Today it's not quite good enough to just launch one or two clever new touches or features with an all-new model like this. The shopper in this segment today wants everything, and they have a ton of great options to get it. So now it's not just about impressing the shopper, you have to blow their socks off a little, intrigue them and fascinate them, and maybe give them a little taste of where your brand is going. It's going places where features and design are concerned, that's for sure. We don't have time to cover all of the goodies, but I do want to show you a few things. And remembering that this new X5 is a very big deal for both BMW and the shopper, we can't be too surprised to see a gear shifter that looks like a small crystal Scotch decanter, or massaging seats so that you can have a level 3 activating massage as you cruise along, or the way that you can call up a designer scent to be wafted through the cabin just as easily as you can change the radio station. And we can't be too surprised to see that the steering wheel, seats, center console lid, and even door panels are heated for your comfort, although panel heating like this is one way that future vehicles will keep us warm when they don't have engines anymore. And not surprisingly, the entire instrument cluster is one giant screen that's nice and vivid and easy to read and responsive and animated like the main menu of your favorite PS4 game. The climate control temperature selector is also a screen, and there's an even bigger one here on the dash that understands hand gestures, because of course it does. And there's a virtual screen projected here where you can even see full-color satellite radio station icons, for goodness sake. Heck, I'm not even that surprised that the brights in this lighting system are literally lasers, and that is for serious. If you're upgrading from previous X5s, you'll find this feels like the biggest leap ahead where the safety and tech and the driver-to-vehicle interfacing are concerned. It's just dripping with new features, and inside it looks as close to a luxurious spaceship as a crossover ever has. It's all part of the futuristic feel the new X5 wants to give you. That's enhanced by the new iDrive system, the extended use of gloss black plastics and touch-sensitive pads, and that fancy gesture control business. Ditto the fantastic new voice command system that's so good you'll actually use it. There's even a nod to the future of autonomous driving. Tap this button and you can set how much assistance that you want from each of the safety sensor systems at any given time. And you can have warnings or warnings followed by automatic intervention that can literally stop you being involved in certain types of accidents. It's a taste of a time when we'll be able to switch fully between autonomous and manual driving. Now, while filming, these systems mostly took a snow day, just like almost everybody else on that day, and that's because I feel safer driving manually in this kind of weather than pulling over in a snowstorm to clear snow and ice from the sensors and cameras every few minutes. So it's all great stuff if you want to wow your pals and tell your coworkers that you've got that new BMW with the laser beam lights and the scented climate control system. I will now note, though, that we're well into our time together driving this sales superstar from the brand who claims to build the ultimate driving machine, and we haven't even talked about the driving, so let's change gears. And don't worry, I'll show you about those laser beam headlights later on. Right now, the safety gadgets are all off or blocked. The cabin smells like fresh water pearls #2, which remind me of my grandmother's church sweater, and it's just me and camera guy James and a whole lot of power on powder out for a rip. And it's here on a snowy road with winter tires on, soaring above the snow with the xDrive all-wheel drive system calling the shots, where we can feel the soul of this machine beneath all of the gadgets and sensors and radar transmitters and laser beams. One of BMW's finest is under the hood. A 3-liter straight-six turbo, good for 335 horsepower, and it very smoothly propels what, in these conditions, feel like some of the most sorted and responsive 10 tons going. Of course, it doesn't weigh 10 tons, but it feels like it does, which makes the X5 drive like a tank in the snow, and that's just what the shopper wants. And that's until you ask it to steer or accelerate or brake or throttle around a corner where it's delightfully light and playful. As sensible or sporty a drive as you'd like, you're the boss. You can even call up different drive modes here to dial in the exact character that you prefer for the trip at hand. In sport mode, the traction control is lowered, and the X5 is more rear-wheel drive and more easily steered with the throttle, and more quick and dramatic in reaction to your commands. And this all encourages you to explore its fun side. And the best thing here is that the X5 feels like it's really attacking the ground beneath, which is all sorts of fun. But not so much for today, where these conditions actually got so bad they closed a nearby highway, so we had to take the long way back to town. No worries, with comfort mode deployed and my mind focused on safety, not skids, things are set up more beautifully for confidence. The all-wheel drive and stability control are more alert, the throttle is much more numb, and the steering is more at ease, and this all makes it easier for the human side of the equation to give the X5 the smooth and stable inputs that are vital for safety in this sort of driving. From blizzards to backroads power slides, you're going to feel great doing whatever sort of winter driving that you want to get up to. The brakes aren't as precise at the pedal as I expect from a BMW, and stops often arrived after a little more squirming and shifting beneath me than I expect in these conditions, but stopping distances were good overall. And the straight six is quiet and rich with silky torque at low revs, eager and strong at higher revs, and makes a great noise when you give it the beans. It's just a class act of a performer at all times, and there's a twin-turbo V8 if you need more. The adaptive suspension works very well to keep the body almost impossibly flat and stable, even when the big wheels are getting knocked around. You'll still feel the potholes and cracks, but bumps and dips and frost heaves just get sucked up and spit back out before you feel much of anything. Two gripes though. First, various safety systems tell the driver with beeps and flashing lights every single time that they switch from online to offline, or vice versa. In situations where salt or snow makes the road markings hard for the X5 to see, these alerts can come every few seconds, which can distract from a relaxing drive until you switch the offending system off. And second, it might just be too complicated for some of us. I talk with my hands a lot, which might cause that gesture control system to say, change the radio stations unintentionally, and I'm not nuts on having to go into an on-screen sub-menu to change whether I want my seat to be hot or cold. Still, where the driving manners are concerned, this X5 mostly shows the benefits of doing something for a really long time and doing it really well. It's gone more high-tech and more upscale, and it's buried its signature confident winter driving character maybe a little deeper under the skin, but it's still going to please the enthusiast easily, and especially the driving enthusiast who also happens to be a bit of a tech fiend with a penchant for over-the-top luxury. 71.5 to start, and with nearly 20 grand in options, my tester clocked in a little north of 90. Thanks for watching.